Tomorrow, that is May 7th on ABC. Mel Kiper makes his Hollywood debut in a movie, Jerry Maguire, that's coming out around the holiday season.
So does Mike Tirico now.
So I wasn't going to mention that. It's a Tom Cruise movie, Tom as an agent. Stars!
There he is, right there.
Did you realize that
QVC,
you're in our presence?
Now,
Enough with the QVC. They're on cable, too. People don't watch that. We continue with our live coverage of the draft here in New York. The Carolina Panthers, as we mentioned going to break, have made another running back selection. That's Scott Green out of Michigan State, workhorse back in the Big Ten.
This is a find, I think, for Carolina. I think Bill Polian's done an outstanding job. During the latter stages of his career, this kid really evolved into a very underrated football player. You look at him, he's got all the skills you want. He can run hard, he's quick. He can catch the football. You know, I think people looked at him as a tweener. You know, is he fast enough to be a halfback? Can he be a lead blocker at fullback? But I'll tell you, what he can be is a guy that is a backup at either position and a situational type performer. He's going to give you great effort every time, and he just makes plays. Here he is, again, at Michigan State, returning a punt. So to me, when you get a guy like this who may not be the workout warrior, may not have the great computer numbers, he may be a tweener, but he's going to play in the NFL, and he's going to be a very dependable backup for the Carolina Panthers.
All right, two of their first three picks were running backs, and now 4 overall selections in this draft, running backs, including the last 2 by Carolina. Bill Polian and company obviously addressing a need area when we look at the productivity for the Panthers in terms of running the ball last year. They can use some other people to run the ball, especially because of the unrestricted status of Derek Moore and Vince Workman.
Well, I think Derek Moore would have had a great year had he stayed healthy. And, you know, with Howard Griffith, they really don't know what they have there. Bob Christian, a journeyman from Chicago. Vince Workman now with the Indianapolis Colts. They really don't have anybody that's stepped up to the plate.
Mel, easiest position to fill is running back. You can get guys in the 4th or 5th round come in and make an impact like Terrell Davis. So you wonder, why take 4 if you're Carolina in this draft?
They just needed a complete overhaul. You know, Timmy Biakabatuka is going to be their guy. Then you look at a guy like Winslow Oliver as that mega type, and now they get Scott Green, who can be your small fullback or a backup in a situational halfback. So I think now he has some depth at that position, and Oliver and also Scott Green. He's ready. I mean, he was weak at that position last year. Now he's ready to do some damage and complementing Kerry Collins.
Is running back the easiest position to fill from a low-round draft pick?
Well, I think you got a lot of guys that want to show that they have everything you're looking for. You can basically tell a running back what you're looking for, and if he's got that ability, he will display it. But I think they did a great job with the guys they have. They're going to be able to find 2 guys that's going to be consistent and going to be workhorses for them.
Easy position for a rookie because it's just run to the hole. It's not as much exo and intricacies of the system.
And most running backs have been running backs all of their lives.
And some people believe you only have a certain amount of carries in your body, no matter what level it's at. So 4 running backs selected by the Carolina Panthers in this draft. Our coverage of day 2 of the draft rolls on from New York and points elsewhere after this.
Why should I be on the internet?
How do I get on the internet?
With the Internet A to Z Starter Kit, it includes everything you need. Netscape Navigator software, a $50 value, free. And a personal email account, free. Plus 336 hours internet use free. That's a lot more than popular online services offer. And Internet A to Z can cut your online service bills and save you up to 99%. You also receive this exclusive 60-minute video, which makes setting up and using the internet quick and easy. Plus, if you call in the next 5 minutes, we'll include this bonus internet server's guide. That's Netscape Navigator software, email, 336 hours internet access, savings up to 99%, the video and the guide, all for only $19.95. We guarantee you can't find an easier, more complete internet package at any price or your money back. Don't get left out. Order now.
Call 1-800-820-7557 now to order the Internet A to Z Starter Kit, including Netscape Navigator software, email, 14 days free internet access, big savings, the video and the guide for only $19.95 plus shipping. FedEx delivery available. Call now.
This is about how your business can build new profit centers without bulldozing.
I think it's probably personality that distinguishes Sports Center. A lot of people don't realize that we write virtually all our own stuff.
Chucky Carr is into leather. Ooh, racy.
To all the young players.
They're not going to get, they're not...
Somebody's a writer.
Get him. They're not going to get him.
Jack,
Which sounds better? Good or good?
The second one?
Yeah, good, thanks.
56 picks remain in the National Football League draft for 1996. Right now we're down to pick 198, San Francisco. The 49ers are on the clock. Let's take this opportunity to bring in Chris Myers. He joins us from the Cowboys headquarters. Chris?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. And the Dallas Cowboys have reemphasized you win with speed, especially on defense. Their top 2 draft picks and defensive coordinator Dave Campo welcoming them to Dallas. Kavika Pittman, the defensive lineman, and Randall Godfrey, the linebacker, getting their jerseys. In fact, it was Dave Campo who said the play of the linebackers this season will determine whether the Dallas defense moves forward and is better or regresses. And these rookies, glad to be here with America's team. And aside from the bonus of having a legitimate shot at winning a Super Bowl, they get to enjoy the 5-star practice facility accommodations, 30 acres on the layout here at Valley Ranch, racquetball courts. And, well, when things slowed down a little bit and security got lax, we kind of took a stroll around. This is Valley Ranch, the interior, the practice facility, the locker room area, and, of course, the Cowboys' 3 out of 4 Super Bowls and America's team. But what the players talk about, like Troy Aikman, is the nice surroundings, the environment they have to work in. As you get a look at one of the more spacious, nicer, neater locker rooms in football. Emmitt Smith, of course, hope you get that contract worked out. And Nate Newton will check for food later. This is where it all begins when the Cowboys come to practice before they hit the field. And, of course, the spaciousness continues outside. You have the weight room right over here, and from the locker room area, the practice fields. I mean, this is where Tom Landry and Jimmy Johnson coach their football teams. It's not just one practice field. This is Texas. There's 2, really 2.5 if you stretch it out far enough and long enough. And, of course, players come here to work out and practice year-round. And this, of course, the weight room where players can get a good look at themselves and reflect upon what they've done during the season. The spring-summer hours in the weight room, 7:30 in the morning till 6 p.m., players or coaches. Of course, when it's football season, it's a 24-hour operation, and there's enough room for everybody, so no excuses about not working out. After practice, after the players finish a hard day's work, another game, maybe even another Super Bowl win, this is where they wind down, relax, let the wounds heal. Maybe the largest hot tub whirlpool in the state of Texas, just about big enough for Nate Newton. Could be a recruiting tape for free agents as you get a live look in at the war room here in Dallas, as they still have a pick or two to wind things up, and all the work that Jerry and Larry Lacewell have been doing. They might unwind in that hot tub a little bit later, kick back and relax. So also later here in Dallas, the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleader Finals, the competition taking place this weekend. More than 700 women competing in that cheerleading competition. And Mike, we're going to go up close a little later on the program, and we'll bring you some video from that cheerleader competition. Let's go back to you in New York.
See, being around you at 3 o'clock in the morning for 3 years, doing the 2 a.m. Sports Center has hit my mind, because I was just going to ask, will they be on Up Close tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN? Chris, thank you, down in Valley Ranch. Now, Chris gave us a nice tour of the facilities, a little tongue-in-cheek, but in a serious vein, Sterling, when you have guys shopping for free agency and some 474 free agents looking around, the workout facility is a little bit of a factor.
Well, not only that, availability to the fields and how you get around the city and the players also in that. And Dallas is one of the tops. You know, Green Bay is one of the tops. San Francisco has one of the tops. So you get to a place where you feel comfortable and you can really feel at home.
And the new place in Carolina is great, too.
Wonderful facility.
And this is part of these deals as people organize and try to negotiate new stadium deals. They want to get nice, great deals on big old lots of land so they can build great practice facilities for their NFL teams. We're going to talk a little bit more about the impact of free agency as we continue to monitor the draft. We are sitting on pick 199, 55 more to go as everyone tries to build to chase the Super League. Up on the stage here at the theater at Madison Square Garden, who've been very helpful with our coverage. As you get a look at the last 6, we can point out that 3 of the last several picks have been running backs, and we've had 27 wide receivers, with Philip Riley taken 27 of the first 199. Almost 15% of this draft has been wide receivers. Mel, let's talk a little bit about Stephen Pitts, one of the running backs.
I'll tell you, Leon Neal and Stephen Pitts, I think, were both real good choices. Both very productive players this year. Stephen Pitts, I think, when you look at Mike Archie, came into the season with a little more publicity, supposed to take over for Kajana Carter. Of course, they had the outstanding freshman Curtis Enos. But it was Stephen Pitts who really evolved into the guy that was really productive for Joe Paterno. He can catch the football very well. He's a strong 190-pounder. And, of course, for the 49ers, he's going to have a good opportunity to make this football team.
8 Penn State players have been taken